Okay, so I'm gonna film my tomatoes. The yard has some flowers left and some summer flowers starting. I really need to switch everything out. I really wanted to film these tomatoes because they look good. And there's only a limited time before they're gonna be covered in bugs or disease. So these Cherokee Purple here that are nice and big and fat. And there's all these Atomic Grape on the mound. They're starting to get red. One of them has a hole. That's pretty sad. And then down in here, there's these Blueberry tomatoes. They only made a few clusters in here. And they already look diseased and sad, so they'll probably have to come out soon. But these Juliet tomatoes in the little house are doing good. There's a bunch over there, and then there's some Blueberry tomatoes next to them over there. So they're doing pretty good. And then we got these, I'm guessing are black Vernaces in the back, along with two Blueberry tomatoes that have fallen over, but they got little clusters. They're kind of in the shade, so these aren't doing great. And then we got three big Cherokee Purple, and some what look like pink bumblebee here, all ready to be probably harvested. They're doing all right, and there's more clusters as you go up, and you can see more. We've got more over here doing good. Here's some Atomic Grape, and these ones down low are in a little bag so things won't eat them from the ground. And next to them, there's these yellowy, probably Isis Candy little cherry tomatoes that'll be good. And then, I'm not sure what these are. They're either pink bumblebee or black Vernaces. And then more Atomic Grape right here. And then even back in this melon patch, there's a cluster of little cherry tomatoes back there. And then there's some cucumbers that are taken off and more tomatoes. And then this is going to be all melons. Here's some lemon balm. So these tomatoes are doing all right with everything here. They were just leftover extras. Here's a piece of it all the way over here. I just noticed. That's crazy. And then over here, I got my sun sugar. And I don't really want to pull out these dead poppies. Because we have a plant over here that's sun sugar. When I pulled off the poppies, a bunch of bugs found them immediately. So I'm not super happy about that. So I'm just going to leave these amongst the dead poppies and hope that it kind of shields them. And then there's the San Marzanos down here, growing up this big trellis with these noodle beans that are finally starting to make beans. They've made it to the top. And down in here, there's huge clumps of San Marzanos all the way around. See, there's a bug right there. Time is running out. Things look good. Give it a week. They may not look good. Maybe something will eat that bug. And then back through here, we got a ton of Blueberry tomatoes doing good. You can just see how many there are coming up over here. So these are actually doing all right. They were in with a bunch of stuff that I thought they were going to be crowded out, but they did all right. And behind them, on this trellis, we've got these Gardener's Delights, huge, big clusters. Two right there, and then you look at this giant cluster here. These are actually pretty big, like, I don't know, saladette size maybe. And then there's more as you keep going up. And it's in here with this purple bean. And then there's some peas that are about past the sad time, but there's a couple that I'm still harvesting, so I'm going to leave them. And then here's another Gardener's Delight here. Also tons of tomatoes on it, whole way up. And then there's a pink bumblebee with a ton of tomatoes right next to it, looking really good. And through here. And then I got all these tomatoes here. These are the blueberries. So they ended up putting out a bunch here. They're in the front. And then there's another plant back behind this verbena. And it's got a bunch of little clusters in there too. So that's great. And then I'm not sure what this one here is. Just will trace it to the bottom. Maybe these are pink bumblebees. These yellow ones here next to it, though, I'm pretty sure are Isis candy. And again, I have the little bag so mice and stuff don't chew on them. But there's a bunch down there. And then there's a couple atomic grape. Not doing great. There's two little plants that got smothered out by a bunch of other stuff. But this is kind of Thunderdome-y. And then here's some black Bernaces. Clusters going up here. And then it seems like everywhere the plant hit this screen, it somehow died. So I don't know if it's the wind or it's just time for this plant to die. We'll see. So these are the blueberries in the specific tomato bed. They're looking good. The ones down there looking good. And then again, there's all these Cherokee purples hiding in here. I don't really want to pick the cilantro or that basil because maybe they're protecting them from bugs that would find them. But this blueberry is doing great. There's this double-sided truss of tomatoes that's just a giant V. So as they continue to grow, they're actually getting better. And then these are black Bernaces that are doing really well too. So they're super big and got just row after row of tomato. And then we got the atomic grapes down here. Huge clusters. And more up here. And there's this other cluster. And again, I don't really want to pull off these dead peas. I'm afraid it's the only thing giving these tomatoes shelter. And then crossing over, I'm going to go over to the other side. Out of this bed is a pink bumblebee. And it's just got clusters of tomatoes. Huge clumps. Just going the whole way up here. So we'll see what survives and makes it up this trellis. So let's see. And we got these are Gardener's Delights. Just a ton of tomatoes again. All the way up the stem, and then it crosses over and it's kind of infringing on that poor blueberry tomato. And down here, that split into 3 stems is this Isis candy. Got a ton of these yellow-orange tomatoes hiding in here as we go up. And then the last big tomato back here hiding is a couple more Cherokee purples. So even though it looks bad, I think I'm going to leave these peas for a tad. Try to protect these tomatoes. Because again, eventually bugs and disease will find them and then it's all over. Okay, and here is all the tomatoes from the yard. Super delicious. And this is what they all look like on the inside for the weird striped ones. This one that's striped on the outside is a little blushed on the inside. And this one that has yellow streaks is actually like a pink on the inside, so that's neat. And then the atomic grape over here with the weird color on the outside is a little olive on the inside, but real good. And this is the end of this video.